Hey there, Technically Lou here from Pixel Herd, and I'm here today by myself. I've got no Abyss, unfortunately. But anyway, the show must go on, and today we're talking about Chad Robertson, head of live service from BioWare, and his apology to us, the fans, for Anthem Day 1 demo issues. So he starts the statement as follows: "Yesterday was rocky. The first day of our VIP demo weekend did not go exactly as we planned, and I want to share what happened. We've been testing the entire game and platform for several months, but there were a few things we missed. Real world play frequently leads to unexpected issues. Before I share details on this and what we're still facing, I want to dispel one comment we've seen, that we are underplanned for server capacity. To ensure stability, we intended to manage our servers to match the player population as it grew. Overall, we had excess capacity, prepared for population increases, and continued to do so. That said, what's important is that all parts of the game work as designed to meet players' needs, and that did not happen in the opening hours." So what I'm getting from this first paragraph is that despite having server capacity, they didn't initially have that already, and it was more of a, we'll leave only what we need, and then if we need more, we'll add more and see if we can, match the growth. And obviously that didn't work very well, and it just didn't happen, which it seems a bit of an odd thing to do. I'm not a developer, so I can't speak to whether that's standard practice or not, I don't know, but it seems like they're tying both hands behind their back. So it seems odd to me, and many players spent a long time trying to get in. I know Abyss spent about 4 hours just trying to get into the game, and he never could. So many people were very frustrated by this. I get they have to test this, but when you're calling it a VIP demo and not a beta, which props to them for that, by the way, because everything's a beta these days because they want to excuse any bugs they have. So it seems like they're using the demo language to instill confidence, but then they're still trying to test things, which I understand, but maybe then don't call it a demo and don't give everyone friend passes, or have a service ready from the get-go. I don't know. It just seems either way like it was a bit of a backward strategy there. The statement continues by listing the 3 major problems they had, and it says as follows: "While there are a number of issues we dealt with yesterday, the 3 primary areas were, number 1, platform connections. This was caused by the spike in players entering the game when we opened up. Unfortunately, these issues did not present themselves during our internal testing. Investigations are ongoing, and we will continue to apply fixes throughout the weekend. 2, entitlements. These are account flags that grant players things like their pre-order incentives and demo access. During the demo weekend, we identified a bug where VIP players with a specific combination of entitlements were being blocked from accessing the demo. We believe we've resolved most of these, but have additional cases we are addressing. Thirdly, infinite loads. This is occurring for some players, particularly when they transition from fort tasks to an expedition. We saw this only in isolated cases during internal testing and believed it was resolved. Unfortunately, the problem is exacerbated in the real world where differences with players, ISPs and home networks introduce new behaviour." Going back with what I said a minute ago nearly, the platform connections caused by a spike in players entering the game, I mean, surely they knew that was coming, but I don't know, it feels like almost a bit poor preparation maybe there a little bit, but the entitlement one is a weird one, saying people not getting the correct entitlements. I know Abyss, his account cannot access the game whatsoever. He has to use a different account and it works fine. But from his main account with the correct key from Origin Premier, it will not let him play the game. So something weird has got stuck somewhere in the account, and that's affected quite a lot of people by the sounds of it. Infinite loads, it seems odd they think it was resolved when nearly every person had this issue. I'm not aware of anyone who would finish an expedition, hit a loading screen, and then not have to quit the game and reopen it. So I'm confused how that was never picked up in testing, but again, I can't speak to it. I'm not a developer. But yeah, it seems like nearly everyone had that issue, and especially the cutscene. There's like a last final cutscene at the end of the game that didn't work, and people didn't realise. They thought it was frozen, and they'd quit, and actually just had to hold escape to skip it. Some people didn't notice, and that was quite a nasty one to have, but never mind. It then goes on to list their top priorities, and number 1 is continue to resolve any reports of issues with login and entitlement problems. 2, implement fixes to address infinite loads. I want to be upfront that this is a difficult one and something we may not resolve during this weekend. Many players are not seeing this issue, and the last thing we want to do is destabilise the experience for everyone. And thirdly, improve server performance. We've heard reports of rubber banding and other signs of server latency. We believe we can address this and will be conducting some small-scale experiments to confirm that. We may roll some fixes out this weekend, or may wait for the open demo next weekend, depending on the level of risk to the overall service. I have to say on point 2, I kind of like the upfront honesty where he says, you know, this is a difficult one and we may not get it fixed for this weekend, but we hope to have it fixed by the next one. I'd rather that than, hey, we're looking at it and actually nothing comes of it, and then everyone just gets kind of angry. It's like, oh, what's taking so long? At least if they say, look, this is a difficult issue, we don't think we're going to get this fixed in time, at least they're being honest and they're giving us, you know, they're not giving us false expectation. You know, we know what to expect here, so that's kind of good. Where did they think again that the infinite loading issue is limited to only a few players when I don't recall anybody not having the infinite loading screen issue? Not so much when you first open the game. Some players had one when you first open the game and it would connect and then get stuck. Other players, again, after expeditions or a mission, you would always get stuck on the loading screen. I'm not aware of anyone not getting the after expedition issue, so curious. Server performance, I didn't really have any issues myself. I'm playing in Europe, but I didn't have any issues personally with server performance, so lucky me, I guess. Next up, he says, while we have had problems, we have also had many players enjoying the game. It's been incredibly humbling to see so many people watching along with us on Twitch. Over 300,000 concurrent views yesterday and over 100 million minutes watched. These are Fortnite type numbers. I hate that he put that bit in there. Thank you for your support. Our goal is to get everyone into the demo having fun together. Well, you know, that statement feels like a bit of a slap in the face to those who had a lot of problems. It feels like maybe this is not the best place to put that. Due to the nature of the actual post being, we're sorry we messed up. Speaking of the apology part, here it comes. We appreciate everyone's patience and sincerely apologise for those who have had issues getting into the game. As a token of appreciation for your enthusiasm and any issues you've encountered, we're giving everyone who participated in the VIP demo weekend an additional new vinyl at launch. And there's a bit of a picture up here. I'm presuming this is the vinyl. Looks quite nice. It's very NVIDIA-esque in colour scheme. He goes on to say, we believe we've created an amazing game and we're doing everything we can to ensure our community can enjoy it. We're committed to keeping an open conversation with our community as part of our live service well into the future. We'll also have some cool news to share soon on our plans for the game after we launch. Stay tuned. If you're still having problems, reach out to RCHQ, dedicated members of our community and customer support teams are here to assist you, yada yada yada. Anything they can't handle gets reported to BioWare's development team. Stronger together, Chad. Well, thank you, Chad, first of all, for your candor. I for one, really appreciate BioWare being open and communicating with us straight away. You know, they've given us day 1 update. At the time of recording this video, there's now a day 2 update. Maybe even working on a day 3 at this point. I'm not sure. I haven't checked beyond the day 2 one. It doesn't make sense. It's day 2 now. Wait, no, it's day 3 now, actually. I should probably check that before recording this. But anyway, I really do appreciate BioWare coming out and keeping some open communication, because it's not something we get a lot, and we should. And many companies get berated for this. Look at you, Bethesda, with Fallout 76. They've got better, but wow. At least BioWare are getting ahead of the game here, and they're popping this out before the mass outrage, you know. Again, it was only a demo. It was to test things. I understand that. I'm one of the lucky ones. I got into the game almost immediately and had no issues other than having to close and reopen the game when it got stuck at a loading screen after a mission. But Abyss had many issues. He spent hours and hours to no avail trying to get into the game.
EA, who's been making multiplayer games since, I don't know, forever!
In the end, I actually let him control my PC remotely and play it on my PC just so he could do something, because he was getting quite desperate to play it, as you can imagine. But yeah, it's a shame they had so many problems day 1. It feels like the server capacity was a big one and the loading screens. It's a bit of a shame, because apparently this was quite a long, solid build and they're trying to instill confidence by calling it a demo, not a beta. So it's a shame, but overall I thought the demo was pretty good, despite the issues. And I'm looking forward to doing a sort of demo reaction video pretty soon, after I've spent more time on it. Anyway, that's the news from me today. No Abyss again, unfortunately, but he'll be on the next one, I'm sure. And how did you get on with the demo? Did you guys like it? Did you hate it? Did you get any problems, or were you one of the lucky ones like me who got straight in and enjoyed your time? I'd love to hear your thoughts below. If you have any feedback on the video, also do share it with me. If you like the video, do consider giving it a like and a subscribe to our channel if you want to see more. Until next time, thank you for watching. Have a great Anthem demo. Okay.